issued summons to, in fact, asked Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to appear in front of the court because ED, the central agency, Enforcement Directorate, moved court saying that the Delhi Chief Minister, who they want to question in the excise policy case, has not appeared for summons, not once, twice, but 5 times he has skipped the summons, for which they are now compelled to approach the court. The court has now, in fact, asked Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to appear before it on February 17th. That's where the matter stands as of now. मुकेश, अगर आप थोड़ा हमें ये बता पाए कि एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट का कोर्ट में मेन आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या था और क्या उनका मेन पॉइंट था saying why they need to question Arvind Kejriwal?
देखिए बेसिकली जो कानून है उसके मुताबिक अगर कोई 3 बार सम्मन देने के बाद पेश नहीं होता है तो ईडी या कोई भी एजेंसी जो है वो कोर्ट जा सकती है और जो एक्यूज है उसके खिलाफ एनबीडब्ल्यू यानी गैर जमानती वारंट हासिल कर सकती है। लेकिन इस मामले में चूंकि अरविंद केजरीवाल एक जाने माने शख्स है, एक राजनेता है और एक बड़ी शख्सियत है, तो ईडी ने सीधे तौर पर उनके खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई नहीं की। ईडी जो है सीधा कोर्ट गई, राव रेवेन्यू कोर्ट, और यहाँ पर सीआरपीसी 190 के का जो प्रोसीजर होता है उस प्रोसीजर के तहत कोर्ट में एक शिकायत दर्ज कराई और ये कहा कि जो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल हैं वो बार बार सम्मन देने के बाद भी कोर्ट में पेश नहीं, जो ईडी के सामने पेश नहीं हो रहे हैं। और उसमें यह कहा गया कि वो बार बार ये कह रहे हैं कि सम्मन इलीगल है। अगर सम्मन इलीगल है तो फिर इसके बचाव के लिए वो कोर्ट क्यों नहीं आते हैं? वो एक पब्लिक सर्वेंट है और पब्लिक सर्वेंट होने के बाद भी वो सरकारी आदेश का उल्लंघन कर रहे हैं, यानी जो ईडी का सम्मन है उसका रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं। तो ये आर्गुमेंट जो ईडी है उसे कोर्ट में रखे थे और ये कहा था कि 5 बार सम्मन हो चुके हैं और 5 बार सम्मन होने के बाद भी वो पेश नहीं हुए हैं। तो ऐसे में जो मामला है ये आईपीसी 174 में बनता है। आईपीसी 174 यानी कि पब्लिक सर्वेंट होने के बाद भी सरकारी आदेशों को ना मानना, इसमें 1 महीने की सजा होती है और कुछ जुर्माना भी होता है। और अगर इस मामले में अगर कोर्ट सम्मन करती है और कोर्ट के सामने अगर आप पेश नहीं होते हैं तो 6 महीने की सजा है और जुर्माना है। तो अब कोर्ट ने सम्मन कर दिया है, ईडी के पूरे आर्गुमेंट सुने हैं। बीते शनिवार को ईडी ने पूरे आर्गुमेंट रखे और अब जो कोर्ट है उसने सम्मन जारी कर दिया है। अब कोर्ट ने कहा है कि 17 फरवरी को केजरीवाल को जो राव रेवेन्यू कोर्ट है यहाँ पर पेश होना होगा और यहाँ पर पेश होके बताना होगा कि आखिर वो बार बार सम्मन होने के बाद भी ईडी मुख्यालय में पेश क्यों नहीं हो रही जी।
जी मुकेश, जैसे आप कह रहे थे कि ईडी का ये केस चल रहा है, आम आदमी पार्टी के सेवरल सीनियर लीडर्स हैव इन फैक्ट बीन अरेस्टेड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस बाय द ईडी, और ये मैटर जैसे मैंने कहा कि सीबीआई भी जांच कर रही है, ईडी भी जांच कर रही है अभी तक। बट एक सवाल जो बड़ा सवाल है जो आम आदमी पार्टी रेज कर रही है बार बार कि व्हाट इज द एविडेंस दैट दे हैव गॉट सो फार इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस। तो ईडी के तरफ से ऐसा सोर्स बेस्ड इंफॉर्मेशन या कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन ऐसा है कि अभी तक उनको जांच में क्या मिला इस पूरे केस में जो इस मोड़ पे वो आ चुके हैं जहां पे उनको चीफ मिनिस्टर जो पार्टी के चीफ है उनको क्वेश्चन करना पड़ रहा है?
देखिए ईडी के पास बहुत सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स है। ईडी का दावा ये है कि उसके पास बहुत सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं जो कि अलग अलग एक्यूज के यहाँ जब रेड्स हुई थी तो वहां से बरामद हुए हैं। एक ड्राफ्ट पॉलिसी है और एक पॉलिसी वो है जो कि बनी थी 2021-22 के लिए। दोनों पॉलिसी जो के डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं वो ईडी के पास है। ईडी जो है पूरी मनी ट्रेल को एस्टेब्लिश करने की कोशिश कर रही है और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी एक माना था कि जो पूरी मनी ट्रेल है वो करीब 350 करोड़ की मनी ट्रेल के बारे में का जिक्र जो है वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने किया था। इसके अलावा ईडी ने यह भी कहा था कि जो दिल्ली के डिप्टी सीएम है और जो बाकी के आरोपी है वो इस दौरान जब ये मामले की जांच शुरू हुई उसके बाद से लगातार बहुत सारे फोन अपने नष्ट कर चुके हैं, यानी कि फोनों को डिस्ट्रॉय कर चुके हैं ताकि उसमें जो एविडेंस है वो खत्म हो जाए। तो ऐसे कई फोन ईडी ने बरामद किए हैं, ऐसे कुछ जो सबूत हैं वो ईडी ने बरामद किए हैं। इसके अलावा अलग अलग जो एक्यूज हैं उनके घरों से जो डॉक्यूमेंट सीज किए गए हैं, जो हार्ड डिस्क है, जो डिजिटल एविडेंस है, वो सारे एविडेंस है। तो ईडी के पास इस मामले में बहुत सारे तमाम जो सबूत हैं उसके बेसिस पर ईडी दावा कर रही है कि इसके पास पुख्ता सबूत है और पुख्ता सबूतों के बेसिस पर आम आदमी पार्टी के तमाम नेताओं को अरेस्ट किया गया। इस मामले में जो कारोबारी है, शराब कारोबारी है, मिडिल मैन है, उनको अरेस्ट किया गया और उसके पास पूरे ग्राउंड है दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल से पूछताछ करने के लिए। हालांकि ये बाद में तय होगा कि वो आरोपी हैं या वो गवाह हैं, लेकिन फिलहाल जो ईडी है वो उनसे पूछताछ करना चाहती है। ये ईडी का जो इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग ऑफिसर है वो तय करेगा पूछताछ के बाद कि दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल को वो एक्यूज बनाए या फिर वो एक सामान्य पूछताछ रहेगी, ये बाद में तय होगा। लेकिन फिलहाल जो शिकंजा है वो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल पर कसता जा रहा है, क्योंकि ईडी उनको बार बार सम्मन जारी कर रही थी, लेकिन वो पूछताछ के लिए नहीं आ रहे थे। अब कोर्ट ने अरविंद केजरीवाल को सम्मन जारी कर दिया है और अब उनको 17 फरवरी को पूछताछ के लिए कोर्ट में आना होगा। तो ये जो मामला है ये करीब करीब 1.5 साल हो चुका है और लगातार इस मामले में कार्रवाई हो रही है, रेड्स हो रही है, चाहे वो ईडी हो या फिर चाहे सीबीआई हो। लगातार दोनों एजेंसियों ने रेड की है और दोनों ही एजेंसियों ने तमाम जो चार्जशीट है, पहले चार्जशीट पेश की, फिर सप्लीमेंट्री चार्जशीट पेश हुई। तो इस केस को लेकर लगातार कोर्ट में जो प्रोसीडिंग है वो चल रही है और सभी आरोपियों के बयान सीसीटीवी कैमरों के सामने दर्ज हुए हैं, चाहे वो संजय सिंह हो, दिल्ली के पूर्व डिप्टी सीएम मनीष सिसोदिया हो। तो लगातार इस केस को लेकर जो कार्रवाई है वो दोनों एजेंसियां कर रही है।
Right, Mukesh, thank you so much for joining us. My colleague Mukesh there was reporting on all the details which have come through in this long-standing case so far. Today, of course, new inflection point with the Delhi court now summoning Arvind Kejriwal after ED approached court saying that the Delhi chief minister has in fact skipped 5 summons so far back to back. He's not appeared in a case where they want to question him. I'm joined on the broadcast by Mr. Ashutosh Srivastav, a senior advocate. Mr. Srivastav, thank you for speaking to us. Firstly, this is, of course, one of the options that the Enforcement Directorate had of actually approaching the court and saying that this person who we want to question, who is, of course, holding a public position, is not appearing for questioning despite our repeated summons. They have now moved court and the court has now asked Kejriwal to appear in front of it. What are some of the other legal options that Enforcement Directorate would have in such a case, in case somebody that they want to question, either as a witness or otherwise, does not appear?
Yes. I would say that, the Enforcement Directorate or any such agency, they have the powers to issue summons either to the witnesses or to the accused pertaining to a case where they feel that the presence of a person as a witness or an accused to take the statements of that person is very much necessary and essential to conclude the case or to conclude the investigation. But if that particular witness or accused is not appearing before the authority for the statements or to cooperate in the investigation, in that case, it is the right of the enforcement agencies to approach to the concerned trial court where they can file an application and can make a complaint to the court that this particular person, being witness or an accused or whatever, is not appearing before us, and we have already served so many of letters and summons, but still this person has not yet come. So now, considering the aspect of the matter and looking at the necessity of that person as accused or witness to appear, the court has the power to further issue summons. Now, even after, if the summons are issued by the court and if the person who has been summoned chooses not to appear, so then in that case, the court may have the right to even issue bailable warrant or thereafter even the non-bailable warrant.
That's one of the options also which exist. Mr. Srivastava, please hold on to your thoughts there. I'm also joined by Shazia Ilmi, BJP leader. Shazia, you've heard of this court order now asking Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to appear before it as ED moved court saying that Kejriwal has been skipping summons repeatedly. What's your first reaction to this order?
So Arvind Kejriwal has to show up. He can't do it indefinitely. Now, if you see what the High Court has said, that the background of the petitioner being a chief minister does necessitate an acknowledgement of the inherent sense of responsibility that comes with such a significant political role. So I don't know. This is what the High Court bench has had to say earlier. Now, just think about it. He is the chief minister. Chief minister from a party which actually became the big political force after the Anna Hazare movement, which was based on an anti-corruption flank. And now for this CM to refuse to even join the proceedings or investigation, wherein he has to answer a few questions regarding a serious matter, 2 of them in fact now, where his other colleagues are already, behind bars and who have been refused bail seems like a complete...
Believes that this is a political witch hunt. The other day also, their minister held a press conference calling this entire investigation by the Enforcement Directorate a fake probe. So they have been maintaining right from the beginning that this is some sort of a witch hunt ahead of the elections.
Well, what else do you expect them to say? This is the best they can come up with. I heard what Atishi Marlina had to say. You know, so this is the same Atishi when there were horrible things being said about her through somebody. She pressed charges against Gautam Gambhir. She went to the press. It is we who went to the courts and to the police saying that who on earth has written such terrible things about a lady. So so she didn't even bother to go to the police at that point of time. Afterwards, what did she say? That 7 of the MLAs are being pushed. Now, when there's a complaint about it and we're asking them as to who that person is, who was contacted, who contacted whom, who offered 25 crores, who are these 7 MLAs, who's the person from BJP, show us one phone record, show us one, a correspondence between the two. There is nothing there. Similarly, they kept saying Manish Sisodia is all clean, he's done nothing. But Manish Sisodia is one person who has been refused bail at 6 times.
Let me just bring in another point here. Shazia, just hold your thought. Let me bring in another point here. We also have some information about AAP's initial reaction, Aam Aadmi Party's initial reaction to this court order, where they have said that they are going to study the court order, that they believe that they're going to take the next legal recourse in this case, and also added that they're going to tell the court very soon that ED summons were all illegal against the law. So that is what they have been maintaining. This is their first reaction coming in, Shazia, where they are in fact calling all the ED summons so far to Arvind Kejriwal, according to them, it's illegal.
How is it illegal? I mean, the law is very clear on this. So no matter who you are, you have, and the ED is not mandated to reveal as to what capacity, in what capacity they are asking for the accused or the person they want to ask questions from is being called. He could be a chief minister, he could be an accused, he could be a witness, he could be just somebody they're soliciting information from or asking for information from. So the truth of the matter is that Arvind Kejriwal cannot ask this question, or anybody for that matter, that in which capacity am I being called to court. He has to join the investigation. Now there is, and as far as investigation is concerned, you can see that whether it's destruction of credible evidence or the statements and testimonies of various witnesses.
Shazia, please stay with us. Please stay with us. I'm also joined on the broadcast by Huda Zariwala, who's a supporter of the Aam Aadmi Party. Your first reaction to this court order, I believe that Aam Aadmi Party has of course said that they're going to tell the court how they believe that these ED summons were all illegal. But nonetheless, the fact of the matter is that the court has asked Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to appear before it because he skipped ED summons repeatedly, after which the ED had to approach court.
Well, obviously, we are all aware that these ED summons are done under the behest of the current ruling government, which is the BJP, right? And these
yes, as well.
I mean, this has been going.
There's an ongoing investigation, ma'am.
Since April last year. Absolutely, but then they have been made no accusations so far. None of the charges against him are proven, and the Aam Aadmi Party has done multiple press conferences and has given multiple statements for the BJP to actually give them the reason.
But why is the Chief Minister not going in front of the Enforcement Directorate and saying whatever his concerns may be, or at least putting his stand officially in front of the agency? That would probably not have led to this, maybe?
No, obviously not, because if the reason was clearly mentioned for sending out the summons to a Chief Minister of Delhi with actual evidence and some due cause for sending these summons, him appearing for these ED hearings and appearing for these summons would have made sense. But since the BJP wants to, take the Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, under their jurisdiction, and obviously we know how that ended up for Manish Sisodia ji, for Dr. Satendra Jain, which, by the way, none of the charges against them have been proven as yet. I mean, it was earlier the CBI inquiry, the ED inquiry, the earlier charge sheet did not even have their names to begin with. And now, obviously, they want to kind of corner the Chief Minister of Delhi. If the summons had actually put up a reason, if these summons actually made sense for from the ED to actually put a full-fledged, reason for the summons to have been sent multiple times for a case that has been ongoing since April last year, definitely the CM would have appeared. But then if the BJP is not doing its due diligence through the ED, why would the Chief Minister appear for these summons? I mean, there has to be due cause to it. There has to be substantial proof, substantial evidence, a reasoning to begin with. But since none of that has happened, and Aam Aadmi Party is not hiding, there have been multiple press conferences by, multiple leaders from the Aam Aadmi Party, obviously, asking the ED to list out the reasons, to list out actual reasonings for these summons.
Right. Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson there, Huda Zariwala, essentially saying that the Aam Aadmi Party or the Delhi Chief Minister, the party chief, is not in hiding and that he will appear in front of the court and give their point of view to the court. Thank you so much for joining us, Shazia Elmi as well, BJP spokesperson. Thanks to both of you for joining us on this breaking news update.